The best action-adventure PS5 games. Since the genre regularly appropriates ideas from others, the term, action-adventure, can imply many different things to various individuals. A simple example of an action RPG is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Whatever the case, action-adventure games, which include shooters as well, make up the majority of the market nowadays. The PS5 is home to a ton of excellent action-adventure games. 1. Horizon Forbidden West. There was never going to be a game as fantastic as Horizon Zero Dawn, thus it was going to be difficult to top it. But Guerrilla Games was undoubtedly up for the task. In addition to creating a worthy sequel to one of the best video games ever created, the team added new machines and mind-blowing mythology to the Horizon universe in order to further develop Aloy's character. Anyone who enjoys adventure games on the PlayStation owes it to themselves to try this one out. We played this fantastic game and were blown away by the gameplay. In Horizon Forbidden West, which picks up a few months after Zero Dawn ends, Aloy is in a race against time to stop a catastrophic event from wiping out the Earth. She sets out to revive Gaia, a kind artificial intelligence that ought to be able to fix Zero Dawn's terraforming mechanism, in order to save everyone. She has no idea what her adventure will bring. 2. Ghost of Tsushima. When we reviewed Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4, it was already one of the most well-liked games, and the director's cut for the PS5 made it even better. For those who have already played Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4, the director's cut adds Iki Island as a new destination and includes a ton of DualSense features. The fighting is just as fantastic as you'd recall, and Tsushima is just as lovely as it has always been. Jin Sakai, a samurai, must take any necessary action to defend his people when Mongols land on Tsushima Island, disregarding everything he has ever been taught. Fans of the aforementioned series will fit in quite fine because Ghost of Tsushima is frequently compared to Assassin's Creed in Japan. 3. Uncharted. Legacy of Thieves Collection. Uncharted. Legacy of Thieves Collection combines the PS5 remastered versions of Uncharted 4 with its standalone DLC Lost Legacy. 3 graphics settings are available in the collection: Fidelity Mode, which favors 4K resolution and 30 FPS, Performance Mode, which aims for 60 FPS, and Performance Plus Mode targeting 120 FPS at 1080p. As we noted in our review, these games looked amazing on PS4 and are much more striking on PS5. Nathan Drake teams up with his long-lost brother in Uncharted 4 to search for the treasure of pirate Henry Avery on his final journey. They go throughout the world and cross the paths of some nasty foes. In the movie The Lost Legacy, Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross quest for the Tusk of Ganesh while running into a local warlord in India. 4. Ratchet & Clank. Rift Apart. One of the franchise's best installments to date is without a doubt Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart. Insomniac's popular franchise involves Ratchet, a Lombax, and Clank, a robot, combating evil together. Some new characters are introduced in Rift Apart, such as Rivet, Ratchet's parallel twin who fights for independence from the wicked Emperor Nefarious. Things go wrong when Clank gives Ratchet a Dimensionator in the hopes that he'll uncover more Lombaxes. They instead land in a different dimension. We stated in our review of the game, the summer blockbuster on PlayStation 5 this year is Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart. Rift Apart is a fantastic game with great combat and platforming that takes players through a variety of beautiful realms. 5. Spider-Man. Miles Morales. You'll struggle to find a better superhero game than Insomniac's Spider-Man, which debuted a few years ago. Many people rank it right up there with the Batman Arkham series as their favorite. It was only natural that Insomniac would release a sequel after doing so well. We played and adored Spider-Man, Miles Morales, but it's not a true sequel. Rather, it's a standalone journey that takes place in the same universe after the first game's events. Miles Morales assumes the role of New York's helpful neighbor, Spider-Man, while Peter Parker is away. With the aid of a few allies, Miles suits up to take down the energy conglomerate when it attacks Harlem with the intention of destroying the neighborhood for its own financial benefit. The city may be thoroughly explored and offers new outfits, abilities, and tasks to fulfill. 6. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy had to blow everyone away after Marvel's Avengers received an understandably muted reception, and it did. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is quite similar to the movies, captures the same heart and comedy in an amazing journey across a galaxy that has been devastated by a protracted conflict. On a mission to take advantage of the circumstance, Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Gamora, Drax, and Groot unleash more havoc than they could have possibly expected. What Guardians of the Galaxy needed to be was just that. A great narrative is the main focus of a single-player experience. There is no multiplayer, and there are no apparent microtransactions. It is one of the top PS5 games available right now because of its excellent delivery and narrower focus. 7. Immortals Fenyx Rising. Immortals Fenyx Rising is frequently referred to as a Breath of the Wild clone, yet the analogies are valid. It has the gameplay and aesthetics of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but makes more use of the Greek mythology found in the latter game. We noticed in our evaluation that adding a lot of humor made it seem bound for success. A young Greek hero finds the Golden Isle in chaos after Typhon escapes from Tartarus and swears to exact revenge on the gods. You must locate the gods and assist them in recovering their full abilities if you want to battle Typhon and his henchmen. Numerous places in Immortals Fenyx Rising are inspired by Greek gods, and the game's enemies are all mythological foes. There are several riddles to complete in addition to the opportunity to practice your combat skills. The best of the best. There are a ton of games available for the PS5, so perhaps this list helps you make a decision. Over time, this game will keep evolving. If you notice that one of your favorite games has disappeared from the list, it might have been replaced by another game and not necessarily because it has suddenly turned terrible. And now that you've purchased PS5 games, let's hope the following system in a few years offers backwards compatibility.